Then I'm constantly driven. That's the thing, is that I'm always feel that I'm driven. Nothing is coincidence. Nothing is coincidence. It's always that one story brings me to another, and then only after the facts and after the situation that how can I forget so fast all these stories, because I have been driven by this story to look for something, okay, like all of us, unconsciously or consciously. Now I have the first few years I have the second wife who leaves because she cannot take this thing of being totally poor, because you become so totally poor when you're devoted and fall in love with this, we call her the black lady, you know, the Torah. I fell in love with her so much that it's true. I just didn't know how to relate to the wife or anything. The time passes. Okay, well, anyway, she wants to leave. So she leaves. Again, here, I just cut my beard, and that's it. 9 years of orthodoxy, finished, over with, and totally forgotten. She moves out to France. I stay here with the boy, and we move to the mountains. The mountains of we call them the mountains of Judah, and what we call the territories in Sousia, in a caravan. And in that caravan, I had no electricity, no toilet, no shower. It was like a crooked caravan, so you couldn't connect anything to it, okay? So no heating either. And 1 year there with somebody else who was living on the same hill with his wife and a few dogs. 1 year that I met very, very, very special people. Within that year, I would call the only really true men that I met in my life, those two men. Okay, the two men got killed by our fellow neighbors, the Ishmaelite, you know, and that they were strong, they were amazing, okay, everything about a man, okay, gentlemanship, courtesy, children, wives, everything was building their own homes. And so now I saw that how is it that possible you talk to somebody, have breakfast with him, and the two of them just disappear within 1 week, okay? So it was just an experience that how is it possible to be so beautiful and disappear. Now I almost went crazy there because no toilet and all that is not fun after a while, even though I love the landscape. For the first time I think I remember, I said to God, you know, okay, the two wives were introduced by my mother, by my sister, just was on record. Now I tell him, you give me a woman, I believe very much in everything. I don't want no money, I don't want no Torah, I don't want nothing. I just want a woman companion because I just don't see it. For me, this life is not worth it. Like the first man who was there, he had the paradise, but he was bored, totally bored, okay? So I told it to him in a few languages, so I make sure he hears me. And within a week, okay, I found the third wife, God bless her, which is an amazing way that obviously he's the one who did it. In between that, I took care of 7 years of my mother. That's how I made that transition. Took care of my mother for 7 years, and it put me in a space that being with a mother that is become your child, okay, we were laughing about it, that how she raised me, and now I raise her. So for the last 7 years, I was with her, being 24 hours with her, because she was very frail and she needed somebody with her, and with the boy, with the son, my son. And now living in that space, it's amazing. For 7 years, I disconnected totally from any religion. No religion. Simply why? Because I was busy taking care of my mother, taking her to the bathroom, taking her there, and then she was afraid and I had to be with her. And for 7 years, I was out of the system, totally. Obviously, I had no TV, I had no radio, and of course, I didn't read newspapers. Until today, I don't read newspapers. Whatever the reason, I just look at the front lines. So it was 7 years like that, disconnected from the world, totally disconnected from the world. From the world, all the havering, the friends, in the learning, everything disappeared. And when I got to the mountains, that was after, 7 years of my mother, or whatever, so I was really cooked for another personality. Okay? There was nothing left. No tradition, just that I was here in the land. I believed in God, but I was totally disconnected from the book, okay, for many years, and prayers and all that. Totally, not from a bad will or revolt, just naturally. It happened naturally. It became another personality. Being a babysitter, like a mother, she's so busy with her child, she doesn't have time. So I was in that space.